What's up, everybody? Hope all y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's vlog day once again. And, folks, yeah, I hope you folks out there have, had a good week so far. Hope some of you had a good Valentine's Day this past Saturday. Folks, this past weekend for me, it's been just one gigantic emotional roller coaster, and it's been a rough one to get through, to say the least. Yeah, but a lot of you folks out there, you know a lot of my story, if you've known me long enough, about how Valentine's Day was always a rough time of the year for me. Heck, there's a video on my channel right now dating back to 2018 where I was discussing how I used to be a Scrooge for Valentine's Day, and I can pull up several posts on my old Facebook page about how single and lonely and heartbroken I used to be, how much of a simp I used to be, and yeah, just the commercialism and the hype of Valentine's Day. It's always been, rough for me due to the fact that most of the hyper commercialism and the propaganda, it was kind of teasing me and mocking me, but indirectly. I was the only one taking it personally, and this has been like my first single Valentine's Day in like, what was it, 5 years, I think. Let's see here, there was 2022, 23, 24, 20. Yeah, basically my first single Valentine's Day after 4 years, distracted. Alright, Queen Enterprises, thank you for those 4 years. But look, for those of you that think that, how about this? For those of you that think I broke up with Queen Enterprises, you didn't get it. Alright. If I knew I would feel this miserable around Valentine's Day, why do you think I would willingly break up with Queen Enterprises? Like, it was bigger than Valentine's Day. It was bigger than me, and it was bigger than her. We just had to do it, alright? I don't even have to explain myself, alright? I shouldn't have to explain myself. Queen and I, we already closed that chapter on mutual terms. Alright? No disrespect to her. I still love her and I still care about her, just not romantically. Heck, you will see her on this channel again this coming Saturday when I go live on the 21st, I think? Yeah, I think it's 21st. Yeah, I'm going live this Saturday. Keep that in mind. But look, anyway, still though, there was a lot of emotional baggage I had to unpack Saturday, and my main goal was to not let the pain win. I didn't want the pain to win. And looking back, did the pain win? No, but it still hurt like hell. That's the best way I could put it. The pain still hurt like hell. Valentine's Day still hurt like hell. I can't deny that. But I want to read to you something that I posted this past week. Alright, so, because a lot of self-reflection was going on. Alright, so, the mind is a maze, and it's easy to get lost in it sometimes. Add your mental health disorders, and good luck finding out how to navigate it. The idea was never to escape the maze, but to make yourself at home. Learn the walls, learn the corners. You won't be lost in the maze if you stay long enough. If you make the maze your home, you won't feel lost anymore. Some people get lost in plain sight just as easy as how some feel alone in a crowded room. But when you navigate your mind, you run a risk of running into ADD, ADHD, bipolar, Asperger's, various stages of autism. And are these bad? Kind of, but it depends. But when something bad happens to you, you can choose to let it destroy you, define you, or strengthen you. I felt destroyed for longer than I care to admit. And I felt like for too long, any love I had been given may have been given to me out of pity. That's how I could have been defined, possibly. But oh boy, I have felt strengthened by this before, to a point where it's almost like a superpower. There's positive aspects of my attitude that probably wouldn't have been there if I was scientifically normal. But despite how much strength you try to give yourself, our journey through the maze could get us slowed down like we're carrying around an anchor. Not to keep us in place, but to constantly remind us we're not making any progress. That anchor is our trauma. Year after year, the anchor gets heavier and heavier to carry. You can say your prayers, you can put yourself out there, but that anchor is still behind you. It's still holding you back from being free. I've lived with this anchor for close to 8 years. It became attached to me, not knowing a chain was getting wrapped around my neck, each link forged by every rejection from every broken dream. Some of them were self-inflicted while others circumstantial. But the biggest thing that added the most links of this chain was a lack of love. I don't just mean romantically, even though that was a big part of it, but platonically as well. Outside of those school walls, I had no opportunity to hang out with kids around my age group. For 18 years now, since I inquired about getting my first girlfriend, I can't say that I've been able to figure out the formula of establishing a romantic relationship. Even though I'm thankful for the last 5 years I've had with my former girlfriend, it took wisdom to realize that was never meant to last in the long run. Forcing ourselves to stay in the relationship would have been admitting that our fear was more important than our love. I didn't realize that the longer we tried to keep going, my anchor was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And before her, though, I had coping mechanisms to help manage the pain. Some people smoke, some people drink. I don't do either of those. Someone I know personally has wasted his life on both of those. Me, I used to have an addiction that only some people know about. But an addiction is what happens when the habit controls you. But is it an addiction if you can control the habit or control the triggers? Cold turkey is such a dangerous lie. You're always going to have that what if in the back of your mind. For a good example, think about that guy from 1408. He claimed that he quit smoking, but he still had that one cigarette in the back of his ear. Alright, more power to those who can quit cold turkey, more power to those who can quit something entirely for good, but don't make promises you can't keep. Not to others, but to yourself too. You can't tell a muscular bodybuilder to never eat a donut for the rest of his life. So, as far as my former addiction, I can't help it. It becomes part of my very nature. I can't lie to myself saying I'll never be. Okay, I can't lie to myself saying I'll be good forever. I swear. Alright, sorry, I lost my thought. I can't lie to myself saying I'll be good forever, I swear. That'll set me up for failure and a future crash out. I'm in control now to where I only cleanse my urges like once a month, and it's working. But still, some pains can get amplified through various dangerous environments. My dangerous environment was being around Valentine's Day propaganda. It was bad enough for me to see the occasional PDA, or public display of affection, through my day-to-day life, but to see a whole day dedicated to the one thing I couldn't have was insulting, and it felt like I was unintentionally getting mocked. I got to a point where I'm afraid to message certain females I've become friendly with because I think the assumption on the internet these days has been man equals pervert, and that disqualifies me from trying to even conversate. It's not like internet dating is my endgame here. To you ladies out there, please don't be afraid to send the occasional meme. Then there's those people who teasingly ask if I want to still be their Valentine anyway, like I'm supposed to settle for some consolation prize. You folks know who you are. That question is an unintentional slap in the face. All this hyper-commercialism was teasing me and reminding me how lonely I was. You viewers out there just don't understand the depth of how out of place I have felt everywhere I go. It hurts. Deep rooted, it wasn't just about not having a romantic partner. I was skipping over important steps like regular dating and establishing regular familiarity and genuine friendship, which I was raised held under a thumb and felt socially neglected from experiences that could have benefited me in the long run. Don't talk to me about standing out instead of fitting in. Standing out could mean stand out of the way while the rest of the group has fun without you. My fear of never having a girlfriend was more deeper than I realized. It's this fear that I may never have my own stable family one day, to never be able to marry or have my own kid. For now, I have to accept that being temporarily chosen into someone else's would be just fine. Sit in the shade of someone else's family tree and try my best not to feel like a burden. I have to try my best not to think I'm sharing space with them because they feel sorry for me. However, look, being friendly with me isn't the same as being my friend. You can spend X amount of money on me or reach out to care about me because that's what your moral or Christian obligation makes you feel like it's something that you need to do. I wanted to be chosen because you actually like me as a person and we have something more in common than just Jesus. I love the Lord and my own walk with Christ, but great day if the only thing we have to talk about is just the Bible, it makes me feel like we're just talking about work. By no means is this me disqualifying Bible talk. I'm just saying, do you know how refreshing it would be to hear someone ask, hey, did you see the Royal Rumble? Or hey, have you watched that new Spider-Man trailer? Do you know how refreshing it'll be to meet someone who actually said, hey, I watched your vlog Monday and I need to know people actually care about me and my interests outside the realm of just seeing me in person. For me to know that yes, someone is thinking about me even if I'm not there in person. No disrespect to the nice elderly folks either, but there's always going to be that age gap of awkwardness. I guess it's easier for me to become someone's honorary grandson or nephew than someone's honorary brother. There's folks I know that wouldn't think twice about exiling me because I have a difference in opinion of political matters, but that's a conversation for another day. I get it though. Some folks are living a life I can't have right now. Some folks have families, I don't. People have major jobs and I can become easily forgettable. But if I could, I would choose my own non-related blood family right now, and we'd all live in the same house platonically. Yes, deep down I would still feel upset that I'm losing perks that only a romantic relationship would provide. But at least I'll have company to distract me. I seriously don't think Christian love alone will get me invested as a guest to someone else's vacation or someone else going out to buy me something nice for my birthday or Christmas based off my interest instead of someone thinking, oh, poor James, I think he really needs blank. Love shouldn't be based off Christian obligation. That's the whole idea of a relationship with Jesus. Just because Jesus isn't sitting on the couch with me playing a video game with me doesn't mean I love him any less. Jesus didn't want to die for my sins. He was praying for a way out in that Garden of Gethsemane. But for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall have everlasting life. Jesus loved his Father, and he loved humanity too. That included me. While he was on the cross, I was on his mind. But the point is, I'm not looking for a connection with those who can claim to give me this uniformed version of love, and not the bare-to-the-bone, raw, honest companionship. Now, as I have navigated this mental maze, it's occurred to me that my envy for a romantic partner was just a mask, hiding the true problem. That anchor holding me back was an illusion. I think I finally found out the method of the misery machine. The problem wasn't the lack of a girlfriend. It was the lack of a connection. Once I started realizing that, my chain snapped. I feel like my mind is moving faster now. I've never been more focused. I've never been more free. As I navigate this maze, though, I'm still in pain. I've got a lot of healing left to do. I have a lot of unresolved social issues and I'm trying to find my tribe, which I think I already did. But I'm still praying for that future that I'm afraid of never having. But because this is my first Valentine's Day single in like 5 years, or 4 years, whatever, please don't ask to be my Valentine so casually like you're asking for a pen. Don't feel sorry for me this weekend knowing that you had a full year to show me love. Deep down, I'm not a Scrooge to the concept of Valentine's Day anymore. I'll forever say humbug on behalf of every neglected autistic misfit out there who doesn't feel loved. If Valentine's Day is about just love, stop overhyping the romance. If you're going to choose someone to be your Valentine, you better mean that beyond the realm of boyfriend and girlfriend and husband or wife. You make someone a Valentine, you do something nice for them. Don't talk about it, walk about it. Christmas is about love too. And you know what, honestly, I feel the same way about that too sometimes. But it's hard to say no to sugar cookies. And plus, it's Jesus' birthday. Go figure. Alright, but I have a deep love for all of you that have read this or watched this. And that love that I am holding for you is one that February 14th can't put a price tag on. And one that some of you just haven't looked into yet. With that in mind, I'm slowly learning the way around this maze better. But at least my anchor is off. Thank you. God bless. Wow. That was heavy. I have never had this level of self-reflection before. Alright, and heck, I've been getting advice this whole weekend. People would rather have seen me happily single than taken in a, people would have rather seen me single and happy loving myself rather than being in a dead-end relationship that wasn't going to benefit me in the long run. That could have hurt me. And heck, that's advice coming from people that was already in a relationship themselves. Heck, even right now, isn't it cosmically, ironically funny that two of the members of my tribe, like my fellow Asper gang members, Asper Cream and Digital Junkyard Sports House, whatever, their anniversary is Valentine's Day, alright? And they're part of my tribe, like, through all the ups and downs, like, I should be running in the opposite direction. But no, here I am, standing my ground, and I'm embracing it with open arms. But how do you tell Wile E. Coyote to stop chasing the Roadrunner? How do you tell Tom to stop chasing Jerry? How do you tell Dick Dastardly to stop chasing first place? I was told that sometimes the best way to get what I want is to just let go. And honestly, yes, I am letting go. But not because I want to. I'm letting go because, dude, I'm going to be turning 32 this May. And just looking back at my life, just running from this idea that, again, I tried getting my first girlfriend back in 2008. 2008! I'm psychologically exhausted, guys. I can't deny that. I'm letting go because I don't have the strength to hold on anymore. This is my breather arc. Like, if this was a boxing match, this would be like the in-between rounds. I have life threw its biggest sucker punch at me, and now I'm dazed, confused, and I'm like right here in the corner trying to get my bearings back to see if I'm going to be knocked out or not. And maybe up to this point, like, I was very ungrateful. And I'll take that L. I was so focused on the love that I wasn't getting that I was overlooking the love that I already had. And I'm sorry for that. I was too focused chasing the ultimate goal and running from my fears that I almost got. I can't even say almost. I was too focused on chasing the ultimate goal and running from my fears that I was ignoring the small wins, like from my peripheral vision. Alright? And heck, just 4 members of my tribe right there. Queen Enterprises, Carter, Spurk Sauce, Asper Gang, Asper Cream, whatever. And that's my core 4 right there. And I can't change my mind like I'm changing a shirt. I still got a lot of pain to process, and I know that. But for anybody that has been out there loving my heart at itself these past few years, thank you. Thank you. I just know I'm going to be very I'm going to need help processing a lot of stuff going forward. And I don't know when my next girlfriend's going to come. I don't know when my next opportunity with anybody's going to come. I don't know when anything's going to happen or what. But I just have to take everything one day at a time, because honestly, I can't deny that I'm still scared. I'm still scared of the future I may never have. And I keep saying that I want to be in control, but the fact is I never am. I can't claim to be in control if I know that like God's hovering above me. Because I'm trying to like strategize and think of like contingency plans and like stuff that I want to do in life, and like, oh, what if I never get this? What if I never get that? I'm trying to make contingency plans and just in case I can't have anything. If I can't have that, I need to find a way to force myself to settle for this, and it's making me overthink, okay? It's making me overthink, and honestly, that's scaring me. As an autistic adult, that is scaring me. I've been too focused on what I want for my future tomorrow, thinking that, oh, there's a possibility it can fall in my lap tomorrow, when I wasn't focused enough on what I already had today. So yeah, it's been super hard for me. And for those of you that have still supported me through thick and thin, thank you. Thank you. And look, while I'm getting emotional about this, for those of you that haven't had the opportunity already, I did upload a couple of reactions on my reaction channel. I reacted to a video that Digital Junkyard sent me of the hastily made Cleveland tourism video, but also I reacted to a video from Dante, where Dante recently released a video called You're Too Old to Have Fun in 2026. And I reacted to that, and boy, there was some definitely emotion coming out of me for that one. I can't stress this enough. Like, I've been trying to ignore my destiny. I've been trying to ignore the situation entirely, but I think I do still need to talk to Dante. Like, even right now, freaking 10 years later, here I am still talking about I'm Dante. Dadgummit. Based on everything Dante said in that video, and based on how I was acting in that reaction video, it's almost important that, yes, I think I might need to talk to Dante now more than ever, before it's too late. And whatever too late means, I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to go there. But I don't know the likelihood of that happening, ever. But look, stay tuned to SSP. I will have more content ready to go up this week. I think tomorrow's going to be Totally Kevin. Wednesday is going to be an episode of Flaming Fiction. I'm going to be roasting Keenan and Kel. Of course, Thursday, OSG. Friday, that might be an episode of My Kingdom Cringe. Saturday, I'm going live, 7 o'clock. Be there or be square, you know. Yeah. And Sunday, going to be bringing back Grandpappy Papa, alright? I'm going to try. So look, with that in mind, thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, till next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah! I'm out. Love you all. And here comes my hug of appreciation. Bye.